welcome back to the series. So this is the final episode in the 5-part mini-series. Dragged it on a little bit with the 2 last videos with the part 1 and part 2, but I had to because they would have been too long otherwise. But hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I just wanted to show you the last part of the routine. So this is my final stage of prep essentially. So what I used to do is just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's a very good foundation. However, what I noticed was that sometimes after market open, for example this week, which I'm going to show you in a minute, we've had gaps. So sometimes gaps change the structure of the market, they change the price action, they change what I'm looking for a little bit. So for me to have a set bias on a market that is ever changing and ever evolving is going to hold me back a little bit in my eyes. So what I tend to do right now is actually put something in place on a Monday morning, just have a quick final checks, make sure I'm not missing anything, make sure that I'm fully prepared for the week ahead and I know what I'm looking for. And if any of the pairs come into the watch list, then I'm ready to take them in accordance with our plan as well. So I'm going to show you what I do. So Monday morning right now, what I do is that I'll spend half an hour and I'll pretty much just do the exact same thing as Friday evening. So I'll go through all the pairs and just make sure nothing else has developed, or to see if anything else has developed that could be ready this week. So for example, if Aussie Yen wasn't on my watch list for the week ahead, but then suddenly Monday morning it's shaping up and things have changed and it looks good and it could be a few days away, then I'm going to actually, drop my ego and just actually add that into my watch list, because that's important from my aspect to be able to capitalize on that to its full potential. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So it's currently, time's it on right now, just about to go 9 a.m. Finished up with a few things before this, but yeah, we're going to get into that right now, and we're going to take a look at the markets. And then I'm going to talk you through what I've done and why I've done it. So before I was talking about the gaps up on market open. So on pairs like euro dollar, we didn't get that really. All we did is a little small movement. So as you can see, it's pretty small, and then it just filled that candle there. So nothing really changed on euro dollar, to be fair. It was more so the Aussie and Kiwi pairs. So if we take a look at Aussie dollar for an example, what did we get? So prior to the market developing and the market even opening, we were looking at this. So I was looking for price to trickle down potentially to this area here before looking to take this to the upside. Wasn't looking to call any lows for that reason, because price can push up early. So what did we get? Well, price pushed up, gap down, sorry. And what did this gap down? Not too large. Yeah, it wasn't too much. I think at the time it was like 24, 25 pips. So it is what it is. It hasn't changed the structure. It hasn't changed the price action at all. So still looking for the exact same thing. And I was looking for that first impulsive move before even considering a long. Now we're starting to get that. So what have we started to get? So following that gap down, where price is pushed to the upside, and then we're starting to form potentially a continuation at some stage. Whether that's here, whether that's up here, remains to be seen. But all I'm looking for is that first correction, or following this big impulsive move, to then take this to the upside. However, if this continues trickling down, then I'll just wait for that to develop. But at this stage, I do see this just continuing to the upside. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's what I was talking about before. Sometimes gaps can change everything. So if you're not willing to evolve and adapt with the current market conditions, it can potentially hold you back. So for me, this is something that I just added in on Monday morning after market open. Just sit down, spend half an hour just going through the chart, see if anything's developed, see what's changed, and then just adapt with it. So I've actually added in 2 pairs. So this is why I do this once again, just reiterating the point of I've been doing this over the past 3 weeks. It's been very, very helpful so far, because it allows me to not miss any opportunities, because you're always going to miss certain things, but it's more so just make sure that I'm prepared on all aspects of the board to just capitalize and put myself in the best opportunity possible to then take the trades if they are according to my plan. So that's the key thing. So 2 pairs added to the watch list so far. So got pound dollar. With the dollar pair shaping up to the upside, it makes sense to add pound dollar on, and we've had a great first impulsive move to the upside on pound dollar, so it looks good. All I'm looking for right now is the first flag to then get involved in that. And then secondly, gold. So I said on a few videos ago, I don't really trade commodities, and I don't. The only one that I really look at is gold, and that is shaping up. So I'm going to show you on the charts what they're looking at right now, and just reiterate the point of this is why I'm doing this right now. Doing the Monday morning breakdown to really focus on the opportunities for the week ahead as the final stage of prep. So let's get into that right now, and I'll show you pound, dollar, and gold. So if you've been following the last few videos, you'll know that this is how I separate my watch list into main and then second watch list. So all I've added in, coming into the week ahead, had 8 pairs. Now I've just added 2 more. So I've just added pound, dollar, and then gold into the mix as well. The reason being, if we just break these down quickly, is that pound dollar, firstly on the daily chart, is still looking quite bearish, similar to euro dollar, similar to Aussie dollar, similar to Kiwi dollar, similar to all the dollar related pairs. However, on the lower time frames, price is still pretty corrective, and we've actually had the first impulsive move here. So we've had the first impulsive move, looking for the first correction here to then take that long, otherwise not interested in that one. So this is one that I'm just going to be keeping my eyes on. And then gold is looking in really nice actually. So gold is shaping up really nice. So this is on the daily time frame. As you can see, we've got this bigger ascending channel here, and if we just drop to the 4 hour, we can see in more detail. You can see that this ascending channel has been, forming for weeks and weeks since the middle of April. So this is a larger ascending channel, which gives it more relevance to then drop to the downside should this then commit to itself. So this isn't ready right now, but all I'm looking for over the next few days is a clear reversal structure going up to this double top area, or this outer structure at the top here, and then I'll be looking for the first impulsive move to then confirm the move, followed by that first correction to then take that short. So not normally a pair that I trade, but you can't argue with the area value that price is currently in, or currently approaching I should say. So that's important, that's what I'm looking at in the markets for right now. And yeah, I'm going to keep you updated in other videos and stuff of how I get on, but that's my prep for the week ahead pretty much done. So I've done that. All I'm going to be getting on right now is other things in my day to work towards where I want to be. So that's pretty much the weekend prep finished up with. So the market's looking sharp, as I said, just added in pound, dollar, and gold, so we're going to see how those develop as well. But the main focus for me is going to be things like euro dollar, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, a few other pairs. Kiwi CADs, we've had a lot of momentum on Kiwi CADs. I'm pretty sure well, not pretty sure, you can never be pretty sure, but it's likely that we do get one more high on Kiwi CAD now, head back up to the double top, and then I'll be looking for selling opportunities. So that's going to be good. But for the week ahead, it's looking really nice, to be fair. It's one of the best weeks I've seen in a while. What I tend to find this week, going into this week, is currently the 22nd. Going into the last week of the month and going into the first week of the month is usually, I would say, the most volatility, but the most liquidity, the most opportunities in my eyes from experience that tend to develop within the markets. Usually within the couple of middle weeks within the month, we still get opportunities, we still can have some very high quality trades, but at the same time it can be sometimes often corrective and just the market developing more structures before then committing to that next impulsive leg. It's not a general rule, it's just something that I've found from experience, so still currently kind of testing that out, but it seems to be true more often than not. So it's not 100% backed by anything, but at the same time it's kind of what I found. So pretty important, pretty interesting as well. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on the rest of the week in the future in my next video and kind of figure that out from there. But hopefully you've taken away something from this video and the rest of the series to actually apply into your own trading and just experiment. To be fair, there's no black and white way to do things. There's no one way to trade. There's no, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. There's no one way to live life. You have to kind of experiment, try things out for yourself, figure out what works for you, ditch the things that don't work, and kind of just improve that way. So that's currently what I'm going through right now, especially after kind of just going independent, going on my own, and kind of just experimenting with a few different things, kind of finding my feet with a few things, and then just going forward with that. So that's the game plan for me. But yeah, should be a good week in the markets. I'll speak to you all soon. Have a good week ahead, and yeah, speak to you in the next video. With